believe it's morning. I'm alive, but that's the last thing on my mind.
All right, how's everybody doing today? I have a good one from who I think is one of the best rappers out there, especially one of the younger ones. He's still only 27. When he first came on the scene, his style, which is more of the classic storytelling style, was getting a lot more love, and obviously it's not as much anymore. And so he was definitely very popular right off the bat. Everybody saw his skills, saw how just really saw how talented he was and is. I mean, I don't pay all that much attention to like what's said in the mainstream about rappers and who's good and who's not, or supposedly, but I don't really hear his name brought up very often, Joey Badass. Um, I just think his original release, 1999, that mixtape album was it's one of the best, especially for somebody who was only 17 at the time. It was kind of hard to choose which one to go with on that album because there's so many really good songs. I think he did improve from that first release, which you'd expect from a 17-year-old, but it was just crazy how good it was. Song I'm going with here is Hard Knock featuring CJ Fly. So let's jump in.
Check it. Word. What's the word? Yeah. Check. Just got word from my mans on the island. He said he needed guidance. Niggas on the streets is wildin'. He looked to God but can't find him. So he demand silence from the gland signs. The sympathy. Only thing plain is demand violence. No lying, niggas just won't let go they iron. They wanna burn your molecules until you let go irons. Treat beef like they let go lions. So don't iron, they get the wrong message. Wrong methods put you on that long stretcher. Too much pressure, God bless you when the semi-wet ya. They told me more dress up, I'm giving too many lectures. And I'm putting in too many effort in my nouns and verbs. Like they gon' catch up, fuck what you must turn. But I done puffed enough herb to be listening to young birds and dumb nerds. I got enough shit on my mind, so I don't need to be stressing and shine. Fine.
What I first noticed with Joey Badass is he does like wordplay, and a lot of times it's similar sounding words. And the other thing I noticed was how good at it he is. He does it in a way that is organic, that flows, that is clever. You can do something clever with wordplay that makes absolutely no sense in the song and kind of distracts your listener from what you're saying and what the lyrics were even about. You see it right away in the first verse with iron and ions. It's, I mean, it could have been dumb or lame or something, or just like, you know, why are you even putting that in there? But he's able to like parcel these in there very naturally. It's just clear early on how good his writing mind is.
One day I'm trying to have a wife and kids, so I just can't live my life like this. And I ain't trying to learn what lifeless is, so I just can't live my life like this. I want the gold chains and diamond rings, but I just can't live my life like this. And sometimes I just want to light this spliff, but I just can't live my life like this.
I think what also set Joey Badass apart right away when he released this, when he came on the scene, in addition to his great writing mind, his wordplay, natural skills, was also the messaging. You see this in his hook, talking about wanting to have a wife and kids. He's talking about the flashy things that he wants, that all people want, that instant gratification, but that's not going to help him get to where he wants to get to. I mean, for a 17-year-old to already be, thinking about these things and thinking about it from this perspective is just, I noticed that right away was he's really, really wise beyond his years. Does seem to be a common theme with a lot of the best lyricists in rap are ones that they were very, very introspective as young people. And I think that's what you notice. It's a common theme with these great lyric writers.
Gotta collect call from up top. My cousin called me and whatnot. The motto never changes, still fuck cops. We went from having lunch in our lunchbox. Our lungs is hot whenever we puff pot. We touch blocks and end up having a duck shots. Well, fuck that, ain't trying to live that life no more. My mind corrupted, but my heart is still pure. Gotta be brave, can't be afraid. Braids and waves never matter when you catch the fade. Trapped in the maze, then your fate is your only escape. Fuck a priest's opinion, knock the hinges off of heaven's gates. Trying to share my cells with my mate, not share a cell with mates. Wrecking shit with my recklessness. The L get lit, that's when I start second guessing shit. Think about time and then I reminisce. What you thought you niggas could've fucked me over? Never nigga guess again. I'm streets across me like pedestrians, and that's gonna be the end of it. Straight revoking your membership. One day I'm trying to have a wife and kids, so I just can't live my life like this. And I ain't trying to know what lifeless is, so I just can't live my life like this. I want the gold chains and diamond rings, but I just can't live my life like this. And sometimes I just wanna light this split, but I just can't live my life like this.
I think verse 2 is really good by CJ Fly. At the end, F a priest's opinion, knock the hinges off of heaven's gates, trying to share my cells with my mate, not share a cell with mates. Really, just really strong wordplay there.
Niggas wanna know what I'm about blowing loud on the block sporty. Glock 40 in the politician mouth. I take the competition out, commission with my composition. Who to get spitting behind the bars like a composition? Gotta give them time to listen. They'll soon bump to it, they'll like me. I kick it like Nike, they'll soon adjust to it. But if you hate, I know you must do it. I ain't mad at you, I keep my attitude on school. None of your buck should do it. I'm out for presidents to represent me. No chick keep messaging me. Who the best is MC? They be mentioning me. Too hot, I be molesting the beat. Fuck mad, teachers should teach us. They get Smith and Wessons off of the street. So first class be a lesson for me. But what you teach it for some regis. I fly it over regions, reach it. All time highs, but Jesus can't reach us. Send to me and get the recipe to make you rest in peace. This is for my niggas, killers, $100 billers on the block in the rock spot. Glock cock, watching out for cops. All about they cheddar. Young guns know nothing that's better. Like fuck a prison letter. Those Berettas letters to the letters. Relish fetishes, menaces. Want the senators, percentages. If you ain't prejudiced, you still a nemesis. Smoking on the clematis, get open like a precedence. Now your presence is on the premises for them precedents. Rhapsody be the genesis for what they think the terror is. They linking terrorists from the start. They linking terrorists. They on that record shit, they leave you left for the dead. Kids don't play, they'll erase your head in the race for the bread. Children on the corner slinging some racks, popping some match. Shakes be so deep in cover, they be chasing the feds. I be backstage dripping haze, breaking my leg. My folks was making the best when they was naked in bed. Motherfucker.
The message in the song is powerful, impactful, it's different, but also on another level, it's him announcing to the world, to the rap world, like, yeah, you better watch out. Clever wordplay is never going to make a dumb, bad song good and smart, but it definitely can enhance an already good song, well written, with a message that's meaningful, that came from somewhere meaningful. You really see Joey get in basically like a flow state of consciousness. I wouldn't be surprised if he ripped off those last 15 lines or so in one take. He also took an even bigger risk with the wordplay by constantly rhyming the same sound over and over and over. That can be very dangerous because it can be off-putting if you don't do it right. It puts you at a significant risk of losing your listener because on some level, probably subconsciously, they're gonna start to realize that it's become more about the artists themselves. As a writer, like once you level up, you got to be careful not to fall in love with your own skills, and that's what the danger is here. Is it can be very off-putting because it's like you're doing this for yourself, not for me. Like how is this playing to the song? How is this contributing to the message that you presented? It's like now you're just kind of getting off on your cleverness and your wordplay. So with Joey like going off here at the end, he's rhyming that same sound over and over and over. You know, you're taking a huge risk, and I think he pulled it off. And again, not to harp on this too much, but he's only 17 years old. So it's like, for example, Those Berettas led us to the lettuce, real as fetishes, menaces, want the senator's percentages. If you ain't prejudiced, you still a nemesis. And it's just like over and over and over, um, similar sounds. I'm trying to be careful of my own bias for clever wordplay for the words themselves in a vacuum. But I do think he tied this all together and pulled it off like pretty damn well.
Trying to have a wife and kids, so I just can't live my life like this. And I ain't trying to learn what lifeless is, so I just can't live my life like this. I want the gold chains and diamond rings, but I just can't live my life like this. And sometimes I just want to light this spliff, but I just can't live my life like this.
While I don't write music, I'm still a writer, so I might be a little bit more biased toward artists that can pull this type of thing off. The entire perspective that he presented on this mixtape, on this song, is just one that blew me away just because it's so beyond its years in focus and in message. Definitely going to do a couple more songs off this mixtape. I think it's really incredible. If you haven't listened to it, check it out. I'll put the link in the description for the full album. All right, hope everybody enjoyed that one. Joey Badass, he's still only 27 years old. I think one of the true talents in the rap game. I don't care if we're talking mainstream, underground, independent, doesn't matter. I mean, Joey Badass is a badass. All right, catch everybody on the next one. Peace.